The first controller for the Xbox was released in 2001, and shortly after its announcement it was nicknamed the Duke, because it had a fairly rounded and bulky design and was not much appreciated by gamers. So, given the design of the controller, it was named the world's largest controller in Guinness World Records Gamers Edition 2008. Despite its appearance, it had many important features, such as 2 analog sticks, 6 face buttons, an 8-way directional D-pad, 2 slots for add-ons like memory cards, and 2 analog triggers. The Controller S was the next controller model for the Xbox, launched in 2002. It was created especially for those with smaller hands, making it easier to handle. The black and white auxiliary buttons have been repositioned at the bottom of the controller and are much easier to access. Launched in 2005 with the Xbox 360 console, the controller had wireless connectivity and had a much more pleasant design and was appreciated by Xbox fans. A new feature of the controller is the Xbox Guide button, with the appearance of the Xbox logo being surrounded by a circle of light. As for the black and white buttons on previous versions, they have been redesigned as shoulder buttons and have been positioned above the left and right triggers. Another new feature is the inclusion of a TRS connector in order to allow users to connect a headset for voice communication with other players. The Elite version of the controller for Xbox 360 did not make any changes in terms of specifications and design, the only difference was the color. The Xbox One controller has kept about the same shape found on the Xbox 360 controller, however with a few changes in its appearance, such as the triggers have a rounded shape and have 4 vibration motors that allow directional haptic feedback, thus greatly improving the user experience in games. The A, B, X, and Y buttons now have a 3D-looking design, being positioned lower on the controller and closer together. An important aspect to mention is that until 2015, there was no headphone jack on the first-generation Xbox One controller. In 2015, the controller was updated and received a 3.5mm audio port to use headphones. The Xbox One Elite controller was released in 2015. This controller was introduced in order to provide the user with an improved gaming experience with interchangeable buttons and D-pads. Similar to its predecessor, the Xbox One S controller had Bluetooth connectivity, allowing it to sync wirelessly with other additional devices or Windows PCs. The Xbox One Elite V2 controller is a premium version and is intended for professional gamers. It has introduced Bluetooth connectivity, which makes it ideal for mobile devices, laptops, or tablets. Also, it includes new adjustable tension thumbsticks, shorter hair trigger locks, and new rubberized grips, allowing for a more comfortable and solid feel to the controller. The controller for the new Xbox Series X will be wireless, have an improved hybrid D-pad similar to the one on the Xbox One Elite controllers, and will have a dedicated share button that will allow users to save screenshots or videos and upload them online. It will also have continuous USB and Bluetooth support. However, the controller still uses AA batteries and not a built-in battery as we find in PlayStation controllers.